So I want to first start off by saying thank you to everybody who reached out to me through either text, DMs, or even just a comment on one of the videos I left. I really do appreciate it a lot. It does mean a lot to me. More than just me saying I appreciate it expresses, which is kind of what this video is going to be about. Yeah, so I did also kind of want to apologize for my lack of verbal response to a lot of the comments and messages and texts that I did receive. When it comes to grieving, being comforted through grief, it's always been a challenge for me, whether I'm the one trying to do the comforting or the one receiving the comfort. On both aspects, it's always a challenge for me when it comes to the verbal aspect of it. Verbal, when I say verbal, that does not necessarily just mean, me speaking verbally, but it also just means texting. When it comes, I guess, I don't know, language, I don't know another way to phrase it, but I just mean, so when I say verbal, that's all encompassing with whether I'm speaking it out or I'm texting or emailing or whatever like that. It's a challenge for me to respond that way when I'm in a high emotional state, especially when it comes with a loss. For those of you that may know me, know that, when it does come to verbal communication of any sort, that's not really my strong suit. It's something that I've constantly been working on, trying to improve on, but not necessarily something that I am strong at. And so, for me, when it comes to me giving comfort to somebody going through a loss, going through grief, I'm the type of person where it's probably better to come to me if you're looking for a shoulder to cry on, somebody to listen to if you just want to vent, or if you just need a hug. That is where I can thrive. But if you need like some sort of verbal reassurance or verbal comfort, I may not be the person you want to go to. I probably will, I might, disappoint you in that aspect. It's very stressful for me to figure out what to say. Because when it comes to grief, not everyone has the same concept of death. Not everyone has the same beliefs about death. And so for me, it's always a struggle to know what to say, because I know what my thought process about it is going to be different from other people's. And so other than just saying, I'm sorry for your loss, my condolences and stuff like that, I don't really know what to say, because I don't feel like those things may be helpful. But on the flip side, when I'm the one receiving the comfort, verbally, it's also a struggle, or actually up until recently it was a struggle. So I'm pretty much like when I was about 14 years old and I lost my sister, that's kind of when I started to despise verbal forms of verbal forms of comfort, because in that mindset as a 14-year-old, I didn't really understand. I had a different understanding of everything. And so when people would tell me, I'm sorry for your loss, it would just make me more and more angry, because I would think, well, you telling me you're sorry doesn't change anything. It doesn't bring my sister back. And I don't know. So that's how I would feel. And it would just make me more and more angry. And so from then on until recently, probably up until this year, even when I would, suffer a loss of a friend or family member, and people would tell me, I'm sorry for your loss, it would bother me. Which now looking back on it, it's kind of sad that it would bother me, because I'm not too sure what happened this year in my mindset, but I kind of realized that it's not about the words people are saying, it's about the intent behind it. So when somebody tells me or tells anybody, I'm sorry for your loss, my condolences, I'm sending my thoughts and my prayers and so forth, that is just their way of expressing, their love for you, their condolences for you, their compassion and their empathy, because, unfortunately, we've all lost people and probably will continue to lose people as time goes on, right? This is a part of life. And so, nowadays meaning like within the past, this year, it doesn't even bother me anymore. No matter what people are saying, I'm less focused on the actual words of what people are telling me, and more just appreciative of the fact that they took the time out to even tell me anything. Because going back to what I said, when I'm the one having to give the comfort, I shy away from and avoid having to use any form of verbal communication when it comes to comforting people, because I'm not that good at it. Which is unfortunate, because sometimes that's the only way I can communicate with people. If you live far away from me and I'm not able to give you a hug, right? What else can I do other than send you a text or call you and tell you that I'm sorry or my condolences, something like that? And that might not be helpful for you, and maybe that might make you feel worse. I'm not sure. And with all those thoughts in my mind, I overthink it. I get nervous, and I just stay away from it, which is, from my opinion of myself, it's terrible, and I really hate that. And I'm trying to figure out how to be better at that. Because I know some people might say, oh, just, tell the person that you're there for them and you love them and stuff like that. And yeah, I guess I could do that, but I guess in the moment, like I said, when the emotions are high, I just, freak out, and I don't know what to say. And it brings me anxiety, honestly, about how to, especially when it's people that I'm really close to, like my own family, right? When these things happen to my own family, I am terrible at reaching out to my family and letting them know that I love them, that I'm there for them, and stuff like that. So that's something that I definitely got to work on. But yeah, going back to me receiving the comfort, I've grown on this aspect of being able to at least receive comfort from people, no matter how it manifests, whether it's verbal or they just want to give me a hug or whatever it may be. So that's kind of just my thoughts when it comes to grieving, because I feel like when it comes to comforting people, it's a lot more challenging to try to comfort somebody when it comes to grief, because like I said, we all kind of view death and that type of thing a lot differently from each other. So this is kind of wanted to share today, just my experience with comfort, grief, dealing with these types of things, how I've at least grown on one aspect, but have a long way to go to grow on the other aspect. And I need to do better. I need to be I just need to do better. And so hopefully this resonates with somebody. And if you have any comments to leave me, feel free. I'm always appreciative of it. And I did also want to say again, I appreciate everyone who did leave me messages and text messages. When I say I appreciated it in my response to you guys, hopefully you understand that it's more than just a superficial, oh, I appreciate that. I appreciate in the sense of I understand that it's hard to know what to say to somebody, and that I appreciate and I'm grateful for you guys taking the time out of your day to reach out to me at all. Like I said, whether it was a comment or a message or a DM or whatever, I appreciate all of that, and it does mean a lot to me, more than I could express through just this video even. And that's another thing I got to work on, trying to express better how I feel about certain things. But anyways, with that being said, that's all I got for you guys today. So until the next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.